Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really excited to be doing this video today. I recently did a poll over on Instagram, and follow me there if you don't already. I like to put polls on there very often and see what kind of things you guys want to see for the upcoming week. And a lot of you really wanted to see this video. I wanted to know, did you want to see my tips or tricks or my advice on starting a fitness journey? And not so much into the world of the food aspect, but actually the fitness aspect. Starting a gym, starting some new workout routine, whether it's at a gym or not. And the majority of you did want to see it, so I thought I would sit down today and do that for you guys. I'm really excited to be doing it because I haven't done a video like this in quite some time. I do my weekly vlogs, and which, by the way, again, thank you for all the love on our latest one from our vacation. It was very sweet of you guys and we really appreciate it. I do a lot of what I eat in a day, which I will still continue to do, so I know you guys really enjoy those. Lately, my husband and I have been doing mukbang videos, which are super fun too. A lot of that. So this is just something that I haven't really done in a while, is just a kickback chit chat style video. So I'm excited to be doing it. I even have my coffee here. We're keeping it casual. If you are newer to my channel though, I am actually hitting my 5th month in doing CrossFit. Now I'm gonna say CrossFit because I think it's just primarily that, and it's more known by everyone what that really entails. But the truth is I actually do kind of a combination of CrossFit, and again, my coach even says it's CrossFit, boot camp, bodybuilding. It's like a hybrid of all three, and it's no joke. But I usually just say CrossFit because it definitely falls into that category, I would say, the most, and is more known by more people. They know what that means. But yeah, anyway, I've been doing that for almost 5 months now, and so with that said, I am definitely a beginner myself, but I'm also maybe kind of getting out of that beginner stage soon, and I feel like this would be a really good time to give you my beginner tips while it's still fresh for myself, So I came up with 10 things. I put them down on my phone. They're in no particular order at all, but I wanted to do that so I didn't forget anything. And so I hope you guys enjoy this type of video, and I hope you find it helpful, and I hope that if you are someone on the fence about starting a gym or starting some kind of routine that involves fitness, then I hope that this will be helpful for you. Please do give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more like this, and I will definitely do that, as I'm already enjoying this just casual vibe. So first one, and again, not in any particular order whatsoever, but finding a place, whether it's a gym, whether it's a park, whether it's your living room, whatever it is, finding a place where you are comfortable, but not too comfortable. And what I mean by that, and what was really a big thing for me when I started this adventure, I actually do go to a gym, but I have personal trainers, and it's kind of semi-private where it can be multiple of us, but it's pretty much private. I would consider it that for sure. But that's where I'm going. That is very new to me. That was very new to me to begin with. I have been to gyms in the past. I have been to sort of expensive gyms, and I've been to the super cheap gyms. The ones that pop up for $10 to $15 a month everywhere now, and that's the big thing. I think it's great, but I also think it's something that can work really against you, of not keeping you motivated to go, not really becoming a challenge too. Hopefully this makes sense, but I wanted a place for myself, being that I have gone to those types of gyms in the past and basically failed. I didn't stick with them. It didn't work for me. I needed something where I was going to be comfortable to go, but somewhere that I was going to be challenged, and something very different than what I had been used to. And that's what I found for myself, and it really has made the world of difference. I have 2 personal trainers and 1 coach, even though they're all my coaches and they're all my trainers, but essentially I have 2 personal trainers that I alternate with week to week, and I have 1 coach who works with my trainers that come down to me too, just to kind of put that out there. In the very, very beginning, I was very intimidated by all 3 of them. Very intimidated. And that's what I mean by not being super comfortable. For me, I needed that. I needed to not be able to take advantage of, my weaknesses at the time. Think about it. You starting up at a gym. And what happens as soon as you get tired, which happens pretty quick when you're brand new to this, right? You kind of say, well, that's enough for today, right? That's what we do. That's just naturally what we do. And we start to slow down and we start to go, oh, that was enough. I don't want to overdo it. Because in your mind, I'm starting to get tired is what you're thinking, and you think that's it. You got to tap out. I needed someone that was going to push me, someone who was going to not let me do that, and someone who actually was trained to know when I truly was done or not, you know? And again, that's what I mean by not being too comfortable. I needed something that was going to be a challenge for me. That's just my personality and what I found had worked for myself. Kind of to go with that, number 2 I have written here is finding your niche. Whether it's cardio, whether it's yoga, whether it's bodybuilding, whether it's CrossFit, whatever it is that you are into, it could be HIIT, which is like the high interval intensity training, very similar to CrossFit for sure. I personally am not really a cardio girl. I'm not really into it. Like people that can totally go out for a run every day. And Nate, actually my husband, is one of those people. He enjoys running. I don't. I can do it. I do it. I do a good amount of cardio in what I do for my workouts, but it's not my favorite. And if I was only doing cardio, and because that's what I think I need to do, I would be miserable. Like it just would not be for me. But it might be for you, and that's okay. So it's finding what is going to be best for you. And if you have no idea at all what that is, and it's really brand new to you, I would highly recommend going to some classes. A lot of gyms too out there will totally offer a free class. Come try it out just to see if it's even like for you at all. Try a yoga class, try, you know, going for a run, even as simple as that, see how it makes you feel. Some people truly just love it and they go, oh my God, this is for me. And some people go, no, no. For me personally, I love heavy lifting. That is my gig. Like I really like that. A lot of people don't. My husband, for example, like I said, he loves the cardio. He does not like what I do really. It's not for him. He doesn't want that trainer on him, like making him do certain things like that. It's just not his thing. For me it is. So that's what I think is a big thing too, is like sometimes when we start into working out, because that's what everyone says, is it's time to go work out, you need to work out. What does that really mean? It doesn't have to be that cliche, I have to run for 10 minutes and then I have to do some weights for this amount of time. Not at all. It can be whatever you want it to be that keeps you active and keeps you sane and happy and healthy, you know? So find your niche and just keep looking until you find it. And as soon as you find it, you'll know. Not to say it couldn't change, but you'll just know. So get involved as much as you can with different classes out there. If you truly have no idea, I kind of knew for myself that like I needed something that was like more lifting. I knew that just from my past in like growing up and being an athlete. I enjoyed that a lot. So I just kind of already knew that was the route I wanted to take. But again, do some classes and stuff and figure that out for sure, because that'll make a big difference. Because as soon as you find your thing, it's just gonna motivate you to keep going. Here's another one I think is kind of interesting, and it kind of is a double edge. Get a gym buddy. And what I mean by that too is, let's say you have a friend outside of the gym world, right? That is a really close friend of yours, and you want to go in on this together, and you both want to get healthy and fit together. Who would tell you not to do that? That's a great idea. However, what can happen with that? When it's a friend or a spouse even, and that's what I can definitely speak to, having a spouse, and if we were both to do this, even though we kind of have, but we've done it in our own ways, it can also be really bad in enabling not going, right? Let's say your girlfriend is gonna, you know, come over and you're gonna go on this jog. Whatever, I'm just throwing that out there. And she comes over and then you guys are kind of just, you know, chatting, doing the friend thing. And then it's like, you know what, you want to just go to lunch instead? Do you want to go to a movie? Do you want to watch this show? Do you want to go shopping? You know, whatever it is, that kind of, because you're already so comfortable with that person, it can actually turn into working against you to stay motivated. I know it sounds kind of crazy, because on one hand, it'd be great to do that with a friend. But on the other, this is the bad part. This is where we enable people so much in our lives, not because we're trying to not get them healthy, but it's too easy to go do something else, right? And again, I think with a spouse, that's very much the case too. We'd rather just go grab some fast food, go out to dinner, hang out, watch a movie, that kind of thing, right? So I think finding a gym buddy, someone at the gym, and that's gonna take maybe a little bit of time, and you're gonna really have to kind of get comfortable in talking to other people, wherever, and this is again, when I say the gym, whatever kind of environment you do end up finding for yourself, you will find someone. And what's funny is when I first started going into it, I was like, you know, you always hear with CrossFit, especially like such a community of people and it's such a family. And I was like, I don't need any of that. I don't care about that. I'm going for me, blah, 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 right? That's just how I thought. No, I'm completely wrong on that. Completely. Like, it is such a family. It really, really is. And you automatically become so comfortable with those people because you already have a common bond just by being there and you feel that immediately. That's a whole other thing, but it's true. And that's where I met my gym buddy, Sydney, who I've talked about many times. And now she comes over every single morning after the gym. We meet there at 6 a.m. and she comes over after here to shower and get off onto school. We have like over 10 years apart in our age, and she's younger and still going to college, and that doesn't matter because now we've become friends. We have, for sure, but like we're gym buddies. We were holding each other accountable to get our butts to the gym. And it has been the greatest thing. It really has. Like, she has helped me so much, so much. Even though at the end of the day, this is about yourself and you're the ones doing it, right? You have to give yourself props for that. But it is a team effort. It really is. There's a lot of people that become involved in your fitness journey, no matter what. And the more support you have, the better you're gonna be. And she has definitely been that for me. But I really, really would recommend finding that for yourself too in your environment. And that way you're not too comfortable with that person in the beginning to just blow off the gym and go out and shop and eat and that kind of thing, but actually become gym buddies. And it will really make a world of difference. Now we gotta be careful because we are friends and it might turn into that. No, we've got our routine down. Okay, the next one I would recommend is get a fitness band. Get some kind of band, whether it's like the Apple Watch. This is the Fitbit. I love it. I got very, very lucky too, and I actually bought it from one of you guys who was getting rid of it, and I was like, yes, this is my time to get it. I love this. I actually did not have this for like the first 2 months of starting, and once I got it, it made a world of difference because I was really able to see what I'm actually doing. Not only when I'm working out, but for the whole day of how many calories I'm at, how many I've burned, how many steps I've taken for the day. This is huge because you really, really understand what you are doing or not doing, how sedentary you really can be quickly. Yesterday, I have to admit, I did go work out in the morning, but the rest of the day I was pretty lazy. Man, guys, like, I mean, it makes a huge difference. It really does, of like how much you're actually burning. And typically, even on a lazy day, we have the tendency to still probably eat the same as if we weren't lazy. Well, it makes a difference, you know, it does. That's like a whole other thing too, but I would highly recommend getting a fitness band of some sort because it'll be motivating for you too to really see it. And I do set the goal of every day doing like 10,000 steps is my goal. Most days I do achieve it and sometimes I don't, but there are times where I will literally walk around my kitchen just to hit it. But I wouldn't know that unless I had this, you know? So it definitely helps keep you more active for sure, even on your off times. Okay, this next one I'm kind of stealing a bit because this is something that our coach tells us a lot, and that is you can't out-train a poor diet. You can't. So when you start a fitness journey, whatever that looks like, this is the time to dive in, you know, dive in about changing your world, and the fitness part is a big part of it, but it's about changing everything you're doing. Don't think because, well, I go to the gym now, I can eat whatever I want. There's a few people in this world that maybe that's true, but overall, that's just not the case. It's just not. And maybe it is kind of bad that we might have that mentality, that we do think that, that if I just go to the gym, I can eat as much crap food as I want and I won't gain weight. It's not true. It's just not. So keep that in mind, that when you start a fitness journey, it is not an excuse to just go crazy with the food. It should be a life-changing thing for sure on all accounts. This one might seem kind of self-explanatory, but I think it's still a very important one and something that I can look back on it and know that I did, and I think it made a huge difference, and that is make a schedule and stick to it. Now, that might be a little hard depending on what kind of job you may have, where it may change week to week and that kind of thing, and that's okay. Maybe make it week to week and stick with it from there. Maybe you're not someone who can schedule like a month in advance, and again, that's okay, but give yourself, I would say, at least a solid week where you go, okay, on Monday, Tuesday, I'm just gonna give my schedule, for example, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and maybe Saturday, I'm going to the gym. That's mine, by the way. I take off Wednesday and Sunday, and then most of the time I go Saturdays too, but I kind of leave that one meh. And I go every day then when I do go at 6 a.m. and that is my time, and I will be there no matter what. You know, unless something crazy happens, but you know what I mean. And nothing comes in the way of that. Like, that's the priority. And I think it's so important because it's just too easy to go, yeah, I'm gonna go tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna go in the nighttime sometime. Don't do that. You won't stick to it. Give yourself a timeline and stick to it. And again, this becomes a lot easier with a gym buddy because you're kind of like, when you don't feel like it, you know that you made that commitment to them. It keeps you going. It just really, really does. So do that, please. Now this one's kind of a silly one, but I think, again, in my experience, this is how it's worked for me. I put on here, Poshmark for gym clothes. Use Poshmark for gym clothes, guys, especially if you're starting out, because it can be very, very expensive to like go to all these athletic stores and like get all these, you know, athletic apparel and shoes and all that kind of stuff when you don't even know in the beginning what you like yet. And let me tell you, you'll become a snob about it. You really will. You think you won't, you will. And when you really get into it, you will. I always thought it was an Old Navy activewear. I thought that's what I liked. That's how I had a few pairs of like yoga type pants, and I was like, well, that's what I'm gonna, you know, be. No, I found out I'm an Under Armour kind of person. I like that brand. But I've been using Poshmark for everything. Also because not only am I doing this as a fitness, you know, routine, but I'm also doing this for the sake of weight loss, and I have lost 20 pounds already in fat. My body's changed, and I kind of sucks in some ways. I won't lie that like I kind of come across like favorite pairs of clothes, and then they end up not fitting like a month later. So I don't want to spend a lot of money on like athletic wear right now because I'm kind of going through it. So save your money, find brands and try different brands until you find the ones that you like. Poshmark, I have a link below. I have a $5 off coupon if you've never used it before. I seriously love Poshmark. I talk to you guys about it all the time. It's awesome. Sorry, my camera turned off. But that, yeah, that is a big one, and I would definitely recommend Poshmark for gym clothes, gym shoes. It's awesome. It has everything on there. It's good stuff. Save your money. Next one, stretch, ice, and hydrate. So I think this kind of, you would think, yeah, duh, goes without saying, but no, seriously, because in the beginning, especially, you are gonna feel like you got hit by a semi. Like, it's no matter, I think, what you do too. If you are new to this world of working out in any form, right, you're gonna be sore. You're gonna be hurting. You're gonna feel it. And what can happen with that very quickly is people go, I need a break. I can't do this. I'm not going back. Forget this, right? All those thoughts of like, Nate's actually, my husband, really, really bad about that. Like, he hates those feelings, and like, he's like, no, no. And I'm like, it's all part of it. But I will tell you, it does get better and it does go away. But hydrate, drink tons and tons of water, do lots of stretching the night later, like that same day that you work out, stretch, like really stretch out everything, and just, you know, stay stay loose, and frozen peas are your friend. Like put ice on your knees if they need it. That was another thing actually. I want to say it was month 2. I was starting to have like knee issues, and I remember mentioning that to you guys, and I don't think I actually officially like unmentioned it to you of like how I've been doing with that, but actually I've been doing great, which is awesome, because that was like a concern there for a little bit. But I think at the end of the day it was because I wasn't doing enough stretching, and I was going hard without really recovering and taking care of myself the best that I could. But again, this is why I want to give you this advice, because learn from my bad, you know. Ice is your friend for sure, even though it might seem like, well, I didn't hit it or I didn't really do anything other than just work out. No judgment. Ice. It helps with inflammation, and you'll feel it. You will feel it for the first couple weeks for sure of working out, but please keep going, because it will only prolong that agony if you do give yourself too many breaks. Stick to that schedule and you'll thank yourself later for sure. It does get better. I think in the beginning of a fitness journey, this is the next one, play with your diet. You may be someone that has stuck to the same diet, no matter what that looks like, for years and years, and it works for you. That's great. And you may not have to change it at all, but the truth is when you start some type of fitness, routine, your body is doing different things than it's done in the past, right? Like you're doing completely different things. You're exhausting resources in your body that like you held on to before, and now all of a sudden, they're being burned, right? Their energy is going, and you may need to up something. You may need to up your protein. You may need to up your carbs, or lower your fat, or up your fat. You just don't know, because you don't know exactly how your body is going to respond to all of it. And I think it's just a really good time to kind of even get to know, again, the people at the gym, because they can relate now that they're doing the same kind of, thing that you're doing. Find out what kind of diets they follow. And, that doesn't mean that you have to do exactly what they're doing, but you may pull something from them and go, I'm going to try that too. That sounds like that could actually be good for me. I think it's just a really good time when you're starting something brand new in your life anyway, just to play with something new too with your diet, because it just all goes hand in hand. So don't be afraid to change something that's just been so set in stone for so long. This is your time. Play. Figure it out. I'm still doing that, even though I think I got a good grip on things now of like what's making me feel best. And I'm vegan too if you're new here, so that puts like a little spin on it too. I think I'm gonna always be kind of playing with it, to be honest, and I think that that's kind of fun though too. It's like a science experiment. But I do feel great overall, and I do have some bloating issues with like probably the fiber intake. I just have to really watch like my water, and I do find if I really drink a ton of water, that helps a lot. So you definitely hydrate, as I drink my coffee. Anyway, yeah, I think that again, just really play with your diet. Don't be afraid of it, and be open to trying something different. And that's also something I'm doing too as of recently in the last month, is intermittent fasting. That's something that like my coaches are doing. They're doing anabolic fasting, and I will admit I've actually pulled some things from that, even though I don't follow that protocol entirely. But there's things that they have told me about it that I'm like, I actually like that, or I agree with that. So I'm gonna do that too in my own way. I am doing intermittent fasting, and that is working really well for me, at least right now. And I wouldn't have really known much about it or been compelled to do it if I hadn't heard about more information on it from them, So just be open to listening to different ideas out there and finding what works for you. The last but not least is, and I have to say this to myself a lot, but that's all part of it, is be patient. Be patient. You are going to find things that you're going to be so proud of with yourself, and then there's going to be days and things that you're going to just be so angry at that your body can't do like other people. If you are in a good place where you have help, it is all about form and quality over how much you do in the beginning. And it is so important to be patient with your body and be patient with the process. And you're gonna get angry and you're gonna get frustrated and you're gonna feel like you can't do things and that you're dumb. I couldn't do a squat. I couldn't do it. Like, I couldn't do it properly. I thought I had known how to do it. I thought I was doing it right. No, I had a horrible time with squats. And even still, like, they correct me sometimes. It's crazy. And you have to be patient with yourself. This is new. And that's okay, you know? And you're going to be so blown away when you look back at what you've done to where you are later. But it's hard. There's times where you will just go like, this is not for me. I'm not good at it. This is the wrong choice. I don't know why I was thinking this. And I promise you, if you just stick with it, it does get better, but you have to be patient. And you have to understand too that you're gonna have days or weeks where like you feel on top of the world and you are just killing the game, right? You are just doing it. And then you're gonna show up and you're ready to go because you got this, and you're gonna have a day from hell, and it's gonna be like you can do nothing right and everything's going wrong. You're gonna drop a dumbbell on your on your foot. You've never done that before. I've done it. And it's like you're gonna have that happen, and you're gonna feel like, oh my God, like everything I thought I knew, I was wrong. It's just you're gonna have all these crazy thoughts in your head, and you have to understand that that's very normal. But you have to give yourself grace. That's like been the big thing over the last few months, is give yourself grace, because you should also be very, very, very proud of yourself for starting it. Because at the end of the day, like I said, there's a lot of factors that come into your success, of the support that you have from others and all of that. But at the end of the day, they cannot do this for you. You are the one putting in the work. And so be really proud, because no one can take that away from you, and I promise you, you will get better at it. I promise. I wish I had like some side-by-sides. If I do, I'll put them here, but if I had some side-by-sides of like certain exercises that I did like my first week to like doing them now, it's night and day. And not even like how I look or weight loss and any of that, but truly the form. It's just completely different. Yeah, so give yourself grace. It's gonna be okay, and it will get better. I really truly now am at a place where I am really humbled when I go into the gym, and when I can't do something, I'm like, oh wow. Like, it's more of just like, I'm not really mad anymore at it. I'm more of like, this is my goal. That's how you see it. Whereas in the beginning, you're kind of like, I can't do this. You know, this isn't for me. Just kidding, right? And it's not like that at all anymore. It's completely different. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of like kickback style. I just thought this would be fun to do. I hope it was helpful for some of you. You guys have been nothing but an amazing support system to me, and I'm so grateful and will forever be grateful for it. And I just hope that if I can give a little bit back to you and a little bit of encouragement to get out there and find what is your niche, I would love to give that to you. So please, please just go, just do it. And I know you won't regret it. It's an amazing thing to start a true fitness journey. It really is. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna let you go because I think it's gonna be a long one. And I will see you guys very, very soon.
I just wanna look into your eyes and tell you that I want you. You know you make me feel so alive.